I think called a work bar. 53.5 has got all 6 holes drilled. We're out here at the property, and today I'm going to do the first upgrade and modification to the 2025 John Deere 2025R, and that is I'm going to be putting a part from JU Fabworks on my front loader bucket. So let's come on over here. I am actually out at the property, like I said. We're going to do this modification actually while the John Deere is parked right here amongst the trees in and on our property. So essentially what we're going to do is we're going to modify this bucket up here in the front with a part from JU Fabworks that's going to go right up here and will give us the ability to put a 2-inch hitch receiver on there, as well as some hooks, so that if we need to put a chain to put and pull any of these trees, these stumps, and all this stuff that we have in this property, you can see we're kind of cleaning this up. That will allow me to hook a chain onto my front loader, back it up, and pull some of these trees out by the roots. And these are just little cedars, and we probably will have some, like we have this grapevine, I think, growing up here, going all the way up into those trees, and some over here that we need to pull out. A few more kind of cut-offs that we have here. So this will just allow me to do a little bit of cleanup, and I think this should be a pretty simple process. You're going to need a drill. You're going to need, I think, a 1/8 bit as well as a 7/16, and then we're going to need a few wrenches to bolt this on. We're actually going to have to drill some holes into here. I don't think it's going to line up with these holes that are already in that bucket, but let's pull this thing out and I'll show you what we're going to be doing. So that's the part we're going to be putting on here. Again, this is, I think, called a work bar from JU Fabworks. I'll actually put a link down in the description if you guys are interested in putting this on your loader bucket for your John Deere. I believe they also have this colored and fit for Kubotas as well as other tractors, but obviously I've got the John Deere green, which that matches. A lot of these, if you get the off-brand or no brand, they will not match, but this green matches almost identical, although my bucket is very, very dirty because this tractor has been sitting out in the weather for a number of weeks now. So first thing we need to do is we need to measure the distance from here all the way over to here so that we can get the exact center, and I'll put this, slide this to the exact center. So then we can begin to drill these outside holes right here, and then we have 2 in the middle. So we'll start with these outside. So first thing is we need to get our tape measure, which I brought along. I got my tools, my mobile toolbox here, and we'll get a measure on this. So end to end, my bucket is about 53.5, as you can see there. So half of that would be what, 26 and 3/4, I think, which would be slid over just a little bit from where I have it here. Right now I've got it at about 26, a little less than 26. So I need to slide it to my right here to get this centered up. Got that centered up. Essentially what I did was I measured to the middle, and then I measured from here to each side here, and it ended up being about 15 3/4, so that it was equidistant. So that looks like I'm about in the middle of the bucket. So from here, what I need to do now is mark my pilot holes here, here. So these 4, get those in there, make sure this is up against this lip of the bucket, and we should be good to go. So I'm going to get my drill out, drill a couple pilot holes, get these outside ones in, and then we should be in business here pretty soon. All right, so I got my drill ready. I've got a 1/8 drill bit in here, and what I'm going to do is just drill some pilot holes. You can see right into this hole, and then this hole over here, and this one here, to get these sides set, so that then I can put the, I believe it's a 7/16 bit to fill that out. And then once we get that 7/16 in there, we'll start bolting it down. So let me drill these pilot holes, and we'll come back and start drilling those bigger holes. All right, so hopefully you can see here, I've got some pilot holes. They're not holes all the way, but I did indents to get it started. So now I'm ready for my bigger bit. Ideally, maybe if you wanted to use a C-clamp to clamp this on here so it doesn't move. But I think I should be all right. Once I get these two set, this one and this one set with the 7/16 drill bit, and get those bolted in, then I can go ahead and drill the rest of those holes, the other 1, 2, 3, 4 holes, and then we should be in business once I get that bolted down. All right, so you can see I've got my 7/16 hole all the way through my bucket. So what I'm going to do is clean off these shavings here, and then I'm going to go ahead and bolt this side down, and then I'll begin to drill this one out the rest of the way, and we should be on our way to getting that work bar on there. All right, so I've got all 6 holes drilled. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As you can see, I'm pretty equidistant between these factory drilled holes here and my drilled holes there. So I think I got it pretty much in the middle. Now, the one thing I did find out is the bolts won't actually go through these 7/16 holes. So I'm gonna have to drill each one of these out with a 1/2 inch to get a little bit more space to put that bolt through there. And then I'll have this thing ready to go and bolt it up and ready to start pulling some trees. All right, so we had to come back for a second day on the installation of the work bar on the John Deere 2025 bucket, and I've got it all installed here. Check it out. Again, so I had to drill out those holes to 1/2 inch to be able to get those bolts to freely go through there. I've got them all tightened down, so now this thing is not going to go anywhere. Again, I can put my 2-inch hitch receiver in here to move my trailer around. I can hook tow hooks on here, I can hook chains on there, and really what I'm going to be doing is using that to pull a lot of these trees, little stumps that we've cut out, clear out some of this stuff, and also be able to use that 2-inch receiver so that I can haul my trailer around the property without having to put it on my truck. So guys, pretty easy installation. I will have a link down in the description to that particular work bar. Again, that was from JU Fabworks, and I actually used an affiliate code from GoodWorks Tractors, so I'll also put that down in the description. I don't have an affiliate code, my channel is much too small, but I would appreciate it, guys, if you like this type of content. Give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're going to have John Deere content as well as new build series on this channel, and all the things we're going to be doing out here on the Mow Outdoor Vibe channel on this 5-acre plot of ground. So with that, guys, I'm going to leave you with this. Life is short. Get out and enjoy it, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye now.